Class, so we continue with the example. Okay, example of divergence and curl. Okay, so basically, okay, we start first with example 1 here. So the question here is determine the divergence of the following vector field. Okay, I'm sorry because of my handwritten is bad. Okay, vector field fxy 3x square I plus 2yj. Okay, class. So okay, we write first the formula. Okay, so that you can remember what to do next. Okay, so this is the formula to get the divergent f. So divergent, which be you will do a dot product between the gradient and your vector or your function. Okay, so this is the formula that you supposed to have here. Okay, you will differentiate f with reference to x and then f2. So you can see they have f1 and f2, right? So what's mean f1, f2? Actually, this is your f1. Okay, actually you can let any one of it, but there must be have two lah. So this is, for example, I will let the first one to x squared as my f1 and the second one is my f2. Okay, so I just differentiate it as a normal differentiation. So we will differentiate f1. Okay, we will differentiate f1. Please don't get confused. Go. Okay, back to the gradient. Okay, if you can see for gradient, they have no f1, f2, f3 because you will differentiate the whole function. Okay, for gradient. But for divergence, you will differentiate just according to the function. Is it, for example, f1 means that this one only that you will differentiate with respect to x. And then f2 here, this is your f2. So this only that you will differentiate with respect to y. Okay. So I hope that you clear on this. Okay. Alright, so back to the question. So you will differentiate this f1 with respect to x, so you get x, 6x. Okay. And then plus. Okay. No need to write your I here because this is a dot product class. So this is dot product. So they have no ijk. Okay, they have no ijk. No. Okay, no. Alright, so just write your answer. You will have 6x here. And then we proceed to the second f2. We differentiate with respect to y, so you have 2. So therefore, this is your answer. Okay, yeah, what I said just now, the answer must be in terms of numbers. Okay, I mean next, not only number, but it still can consist of variable. But what I want to highlight here, your answer must be not in terms of vector lah. Okay, must be not in terms of vector. Okay, they have no ijk. Class, they have no ijk because dot product, no ijk. Okay. Alright, so now, okay, next example. Okay, I will, okay, example 2. Okay, yeah, the same question. Okay, but now the function here is xi plus yj. So find out the divergence. So you do it the same thing. Okay. So we have here 1, which is I. Sorry, 1. Sorry, class. There must be 1, not I. Okay, 1. And then plus 1. So the answer will be 2. Okay, the answer will be 2. Okay, right. Okay, next example. Calculate the divergence for this vector field. Okay, I just write the vector field here. The A, okay, A. So the function given negative xi minus yj. So the divergence here will be negative 1 minus 1. So it will be negative 2. Okay, how about the second one? Okay, the second one, let's say your function is xi minus yj. So the gradient will be 1 minus 1, 0. And then how about see the f x y yi minus xj. So the gradient will be 0, 0. So the answer will be 0. Okay, class, the answer will be 0 because of, okay, this one is y. Suppose you will differentiate with respect to x, so therefore it will be 0. Same thing for this. Suppose you need to differentiate with respect to y. So they have no y here, means that it's a constant. So differentiate constant, you will get 0. So the answer will be 0. Right? Okay, class. So now go to the another example. So now I give you example for curl. Okay, curl. Example berapa dah ni? Example 4. Okay, example 4. Okay, determine the curl of the following vector field. Okay, given to you fxz, fxyz, 3x squared I plus 2zj minus xk. So the question asks you to find the curl. So the difference between divergence and also the curl is on the operation here. For the divergence just now, it will be involved with dot product. For the curl, it will involve with cross product. So just write here first. Okay, so now for IJK, you just follow this one. Okay, this one your F1 kan? F1. So this is your F1, this is your F2, and this is your F3. So your F1 will be 3x squared, 2z, and negative x. Negative must be together. Okay, you need to take it, bring it together. So like we done before, okay, to get the I, you need to close a column I. So you have d x dy here. Okay, alright. Okay, okay. So you can write just fine. You can write first, okay, then minus d2z dz, and then they have I here, and then minus. Okay, they have d dx negative x minus d 3x squared dz j. Okay, then plus d 2z. Okay, d2z with respect to dx. Okay, minus d 3x squared to dy. Okay. Okay, class. So okay, after you get this, okay, now we want to operate, we want to solve it lah. Okay, we want to solve it. For example, for this one, it means differentiate x with respect to y. What we get? You differentiate x with respect to y. Here is y, but here is x. So means that x is a constant, right? So we get 0 here. How about this one? This one will be negative 2. Okay, next, minus. Differentiate negative x with respect to x, so you get negative 1. Differentiate x with respect to z, so you have 0. Okay, because this is x, this is z, so it's a constant. X is a constant. Okay, the last one, zx, so constant. So negative, this one also constant. Okay, so the answer that you should get here is this. Negative 2i plus j. Okay, negative 2i plus j. Okay, class, is it okay? Okay, I give you one more, the last example. Okay, the last example of what you call of the curl. Okay, so I just write here. Okay, I just write here. So example 5. Okay, example 5. So yeah, the question is still to find the curl. Okay, so this is your vector field. Sin xi plus cos x minus yj plus zk. So sorry, this example is about the combination between curl and divergence. Okay, so the question here is to find this. Okay, class, to find this equation. So what we do first, we need to solve this one first. We need to find the curl first. Okay, so now we do the curl first. Okay, class, the curl. So you do it the same thing lah, that like the previous one. Okay, so just write down the function f1, f2, and f3. Okay, so now, okay, to get I, so you just differentiate here. This one dy, this one is z, so means that it will be 0. This one is zz, so this one also needs to be 0 because this is cos xyz. So they have no z there, so be 0. Okay, minus, close the column j, also be 0 here. This one also 0 class. Okay, then plus the last one here. Okay, this one. Okay, differentiate cos, you will get cos x. So you will have here what we get here. So okay, just write down first, so maybe you can see clearly. Okay, just write down first. So and then minus sine or d sine x dy. Okay, I just write them again here. D dx, and then they have cos x minus y. Okay, d dx cos x minus, okay, minus d dy sine x, and then this is a k. Okay, so the two others is already 0, so now we left with the last term. Okay, the last term here. So what we have here? Okay, differentiate cos, what we have? Sine, cos, cos, negative sine. Differentiate cos, you get negative sine. Okay, negative sine x minus y. Then you should differentiate inside here with respect to x. So we get 1. Okay, so just leave it like that. So just negative sine x minus y, right? Okay. Then you solve with this one. This one is equal to 0, right? So since this one is sine x, this is y, so they have 0 lah. Okay, 0. Okay. Therefore, this is the answer that you have. So this is the answer for the cross one, the curl one. Okay, so now we want to solve another one, which is a gradient. Okay, so macam mana tulis ni? Okay, so just write down lah. So maybe you can write down like this. Okay, so find out the gradient of the k. So means that it's a gradient for dz. Okay, alright. So and they have no z here. They have no z. Okay, they have no z. Okay, class, they have no z. They have a sine x minus y. Okay, so when you differentiate, they have no z there, means that you differentiate constant, therefore the answer will be 0. Alright? Okay, so it's just like similar like a cross and dot product. Yeah, actually it's the same cross and dot product, but it's in terms of application that we call it as a curl and also divergence. That's it. Nothing more, nothing. I mean, it's just like a application of it. Okay. Alright class, so I think that's enough for the example. So you may do the tutorial on that I already uploaded you learn for the curl and divergence. So I hope that you can do a lot of example because of this will be come out in your final. Alright, okay, so I will see you in next video.